How how are we doing? I hope we are all doing fine. So I welcome you to another session on Davcodes live on this YouTube channel. You are very welcome. If you have always been staying tuned to my videos, if you have been watching, liking, sharing, and I also thank you, and not just thank you alone, and I encourage you to subscribe. So today what we are going into is a guide on how to get project building ideas. So as I always say, this channel is a channel mainly for programming. It's a channel for programming content, coding content, and I also post interesting things too. We post interesting things to be on different things, animations, movies, so stories. So we post many of all those things also. So, but mainly most of the posts are always coding, programming, and AI, maybe mobile, web development, web design, Python, JavaScript. So all those things, those are the things we put in, we shuffle together and make them look beautiful, make them look nice, and we put them together into the channel and make them much more relevant and useful for your consumption, for your growth. So most importantly. So today I said we are going into how to get project building ideas for your next dev project. So let's go right into it. So thank you. Now, I'm first going into an introduction. I'll first give you a brief story about myself. When I first started building dev projects, it wasn't easy for me. I was always thinking, how will I do this? How will I build this? Then it was very challenging. I began to think of it. What am I going to do? How will I really know that I know this? I watched the tutorial online. It was like I was not even grabbing anything. At the point I said, let me start copying what they were doing. Let me just start doing what they are doing and just doing it, and just writing. It got to a point I had a challenge of installing a software. It took all my time. I couldn't even make any progress at all. So I want to give you a little simple hack you can use. It's a little hack you can use in getting your project ideas, which no one would think of. Nobody. This is different from the things I'm going to tell you on maybe what I've written, but this no one will tell you. So a little simple hack you need to know is, apart from your creative ideas, creative thinking, I would also advise you to go a little bit into, I would say a little into spiritual kind of things. A little, or let me say, try to do what will I call it? Try to do voluntary service sometimes. Voluntary service. So, and by voluntary, I don't say you make yourself to be put yourself under subjection of people. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what you do by essence is you just ensure that yes, you have someone that is above you, but that will be guiding you. It's not easy actually. It's not easy, but once you put yourself under someone, it gives you more challenging situations for you to know that yes, I'm building something. For me, what I did was, as I wanted to build, I began to have some ideas on building. Like, I first started with logo animation, so, and then I started building I'd first started building website before. Then when I started studying animations, kind of, then that was what pushed me into logo animations. It was somehow kind of difficult sometimes, a bit when I started, but later on I began to get it. When I started designing some, kind of logos like that, I began to get it, especially for a web dev kind of, because for all this programming, for all this coding kind of stuff, to do those kind of stuffs are not always easy. So if you don't understand it, it will be very difficult for you. Even though we know we now have artificial intelligence, so artificial intelligence helps us a lot to make it easier. But even still, if you don't have a clear idea, if you don't understand what you are doing, you will not be able to do something tangible and outstanding. So those are my clear advice, everyone. So thank you very much for listening. So now let's go into some very, very important points that will help your growth, your project building, that will help you to get info, that will easily help you get info on how to move into your next project or know what to do. If not, you might have challenges. And you think you are already a master, but you are not a master. No one is a master actually. But following these guides will help you in this journey, in this project building journey. So let's go into it. Number 1, solve a real life problem. What does this mean? It means we look around us and see what are the things I see around me. Like for me, when I first started building, I looked around me. I was in my church, so I looked at my church logo and I said, how can I convert this thing into something tangible and useful? Then I said, let me find a way I can convert it into, yes, that same logo, but I put something inside and it started moving like that as an animation, and it actually worked. It worked. So, and that was how I started. I also built many other things too in the process. Although this thing that I did, I could not do it if I have not learned some other things that I have learned. So and that was how I was able to do it. So you have to look at things around, and as maybe you see a lighting bulb system, so you just try to build something on it. So all these things are the things that we accumulate, and not just the accumulation alone, they build your confidence. So you know that I've actually been doing many things, and for the things that since I've been able to do those things, and these new ones I'm seeing are not a challenge for me. So as I go into this new one, I can crush it and I can move. So you won't be challenged any longer. So what tasks do I find repetitive? Is there something I wish I had an app for? So you can try to build apps for the challenges we see around. Example ideas: a daily expense tracker with visual analytics, a smart grocery list that suggests items you usually forget, a digital journal that reminds you to write at night. Why it works: you'll be motivated to build and use your own creation. So now, number 2, look into open space communities. What are open space communities? These are communities like GitHub, GitHub, yes, YouTube communities also, online communities, different communities on GitHub, GitLab, different communities online, So communities like, so these communities, they check platforms like GitHub, yes, Open Source Friday by GitHub, yes, Code Triag, get issues from open source projects you can fix. So try to work with Try to find open source projects. Try to find open source communities. So communities assist, they help. So like they can help your project idea. Maybe you had an idea that I want to build something. At times, what we say we want to do sometimes might not be realistic. As to the technology you are trying to learn and master. Might not be realistic, but sometimes it might be, and you might actually be able to crack it. It might be, but a community is just there to help you, assist you, and challenges that you have, they are there to give you answers as to the experience they have had. So that is why communities are there. So idea approach: find the project you like, build a simplified version, add features the original project doesn't have. Why it works: you learn from real world code and maybe even contribute. Join developer community, so it's still the same thing. Engage with like-minded devs who share what they are building and what they need. Best places to explore: Reddit, so learn programming, web dev, JavaScript. Discord servers, Twitter, dev.to, Ashnode, Medium. Idea tips: look at what people are asking for. Can you build it? Yeah, that's an idea. Look at what people are asking for. Check what people are asking for. Look around. Maybe go online. What is that thing that people really like or people are really asking for? Can you do it? Yeah. Number 4. The fourth point: pick a niche or industry. So instead of thinking broadly, narrow it down to a field like education, healthcare, finance, travel, creative arts. Example niche education. Idea: a quiz app that lets students generate questions from notes using AI. Why it works: you solve problems from a specific group of users, increasing project value. Number 5, rebuild popular apps with a twist. You can look at what people did and try to build it and rechange it again. Cloning famous apps is a time-tested way to practice, but here is the twist: add your own unique features or style. Number 6, use project ideas generator. So for the app, okay, build different apps, Spotify, Twitter, and try to clone them. Why it works: you follow proven design patterns while flexing your creativity. Number 6, use project idea generators. Sometimes you just need a nudge. Yes, great sources: app ideas collection on YouTube, front-end mentor, build space, 100 days of code challenges. Yes, bonus: these platforms often come with challenges, user feedback, and inspiration. Number 7, play with emerging technologies. Yes, use trending tools or frameworks. Using trending tools or frameworks can lead to fresh, exciting ideas. Try building with AI or ML. Let's create a meme generator. Okay, yes, like try building an AI. Yes, with AI, try building with Web3, voice generation, IoT plus web. Why it works: these skills are in high demand and give your projects a wow factor. So these examples I gave you are basic examples of what people need now. So people need AI and they need Web3 too, and voice recognition app. So those are just examples of what people are really looking for now. Number 8, reverse engineer cool projects. See a cool website or app, try recreating it. Steps: analyze its features and layouts, sketch the UI, rebuild it using your text stack. So it might be in another stack. Try doing it with your own stack and see if it works. So it will also enhance the ability, and there are some people that usually require it to be in another form, based on what they need. Example, rebuild Apple's iPhone page animation using React and Freeman Motion. Number 9, ask ChatGPT or AI for tailored ideas. I don't want to waste too much time on that. You can always ask me for your ideas based on your skills. And you can always ask ChatGPT. That's a mistake. Look at your past projects. Take an old project and improve the UI UX. Add a backend, turn it into a mobile app with React Native or Capacitor. Add AI features. Make it multiplayer or collaborative. Why it works? You already have a foundation, so it's easier to level up. Bonus, keep a project idea journal. Whenever a random idea strikes, write it down in Notion, Google Keep. Write it down somewhere. That's what matters. When you have an idea, maybe an idea just strikes up, try to write it down. It really helps. Try to write it down somewhere, maybe just in your notepad somewhere. Just write it down. So, and have it in mind that you are still going to work on it later on. So over time you will build a list of potential projects. So that's it for today, everyone. So whenever you have an idea, always ensure you write it down. Maybe you just have an application that you can be writing all those things down. Whenever ideas come and you are sure that this idea is realistic, write it down. So write the idea down so it will be useful. You'll be able to use it when the time comes, or you'll be able to test it out and try it out so you can improve. So that's it, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening also. So please ensure you share the video. Ensure you share the video. Click the share button. Ensure you like the video. Ensure you like, and also ensure you subscribe. So thank you very much for watching till this time. I'm going to see you another time. Mostly I post videos every week, so it's likely possible you see me on this same channel next week, unless maybe something comes up. But I always do my best to post every week, so you can check up next week also. I'll always be here, but don't forget to subscribe. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. So bye bye.